Welcome to Chi-Town Poppy Podcast. Money Bear here.
G Money.
I'm Keemosupremo.
That's right. Welcome back. This is for the second show. We're finally here, man. We made it to the deuce.
Ooh.
So thank you very much to those that comment, liked, and subscribed. If you didn't, we apologize. We're new.
But hit it again, though. Touch the screen. Do whatever you
Let
got
us
to
know
do.
your
Click.
comments and give us your feedback.
Hit them buttons.
But for real, for the second show, we got a special guest, Keemosupremo. Let me introduce you, man. How are you today, man?
I am great.
Oh, man. So you are the owner of Royal Skate and Apparel.
Yes.
Amateur boxer.
Yes.
Mentor.
Yes.
Teacher.
Yes.
All-around father.
Yes.
What more does this man not do, man?
There's a couple things I don't do, but it's not much that I don't do.
Well, thank you for taking time out of your day. I know that you're a busy man and you got lots to do, but I know there's a lot to talk about.
Thank you for having me. I appreciate being here.
Thank you. All right, man. So let's get into it. So this is part 2. Okay. We talked a little bit in the previous podcast about COVID in the city. And I guess getting into it, let's start off with the CPS side of it, okay. Right? So you're a CPS teacher?
Well, I teach in CPS schools, not officially a CPS teacher. They'll look at me and be like, "No." I'm like,
he does teach it.
I'll be there. I'll be in there in the building. We be together.
So how long have you been a teacher?
I've been teaching for 13 years.
All right.
Yeah.
And out of all that time that you've been there, what really got you started to teaching?
I got into it by chance. It was my friend's breakdance class, and like we've been training together, and we were doing performances together, and he had this opportunity, and he offered it to me. He's like, "Hey, I need an assistant. We're gonna be teaching breakdance. It's little kids. It's gonna be like for a year. We're gonna check it out." And it kind of got me into the schools, I'm be honest, I did not like kids before I started teaching. I'm not gonna lie to you. But look, it grew on me. Like I learned more about myself through these little kids than like anything. But I got into a mentorship program where I was just helping teach kids like how to dance, and that got me into CPS pretty much.
Oh, that's cool, man. Well, speaking about that, and now that since we're on the CPS, what are your thoughts as far as me, Money Bear? We talked a little bit about COVID and Chi-Town, and how we felt like the mayor kind of debacled a little bit on it, and how people were preferences. We still have a thought process. You should get vaccinated. Please go get vaccinated.
I'm vaxxed.
I'm triple vaxxed.
Triple vaxxed.
Right?
Whoa, buddy.
Boost, whatever you want to call it.
Jeez,
with the juice.
Fancy.
I know. I like that. I feel that it's important for people to do that. I feel it protect yourself and your family and others around you. But there are people out there that feel that they want to see more of the science, and we felt that that's fine too. Yeah. This is a free country, and everybody's opinion matters. We're not doctors.
But we might get better off getting a shot than getting shot.
You know what I'm saying? You're gonna get it one way or another. Chicago, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. We talked a little bit we're not.
It's better they ask you where you want to get shot at than you just get shot at.
It just happens.
Yeah.
Where you want it
Let's try
at?
not to.
Hey, don't do it. Don't do it. It's not very fun.
Let's try not to, right?
So what differences do you see?
Okay, so
on the COVID side and that education and stuff.
Okay, so what I've noticed because I teach in like 3 different schools around the city, so like what I noticed is that there's not a central like idea. Like nobody is agreeing on anything. Like this school is virtual, this school is in person, this school's half virtual, in person. The teachers are half vax. You gotta wear masks. You don't gotta wear masks. It's like I think the for me the most annoying thing is that it's confusing. Like you don't really know what's going on. You don't really know what we should go by. We don't know what the guidelines are. We know what the guidelines are, but then they change every 2 weeks. So
it seems confusing to me.
Yeah, it's like I don't really understand. Like okay, so.
So how do you fail or pass a kid then?
Okay.
Well, I think how that leads is the question is that what are your thoughts as far as remote schooling versus in classroom? What do you feel that works or doesn't work?
I believe in person it works better. There are teachers who can't teach. sorry, you know who you are. You can put them you can put them on camera, you can put them in the classroom, it won't work. But like, if you're a person who really takes the idea of teaching the profession very serious, when you get on the camera, it comes out, and the kids know that they can spot bullshit quicker than an adult does. You know what I'm saying? Like I can you can tell when
I think
a teacher,
most of my kids can spot most of
it's
my
like
crap.
it's like boom, it's like this dude is fake. Like he's not interested in doing this, and of course I'm not gonna be interested in doing this. So but I think that some kids do well online, and they do better online because they might be introverted or whatever. But then like it's way easier in person. I mean, no.
Through a screen?
It's easier through the screen. As a teacher.
I know what you meant.
As you know,
like I told you, I'm gonna remix and mess all this up,
easier.
but I'm gonna fix all of it.
Look, I'm a person.
I'm human.
And again, we're not medical doctors, so we're just three guys sitting down having a conversation.
Yeah.
Right?
So I think that some teachers can do very well online, and I think because of that, it has to do with their personality. It's easier for me because I'm acclimated to a camera. You know, I do YouTube and stuff. Find me on social media, Keemosupremo. Find me on YouTube, Keemosupremo. Plug.
Say it one more time. Say it one more time.
Keemosupremo, KeemoSupremo on all social media platforms and YouTube as well. You can find me.
I'm gonna have to do
Find
that
me.
one.
Yeah.
All platforms.
Definitely
Yeah.
need a hashtag on that.
Yes.
Hashtag Royal Skate SNA. I
Royal
love it.
SNA. Royal SNA is my business. We ain't talking about. Bam.
Royal.
It's royal everywhere. You know what I'm saying? Royal everywhere. But I digress. What were we talking about?
We were talking about kids in school.
About how you feel
And your
in passing.
experience.
Oh yes. Okay. All right. So, as far as failing and passing, I will say my criteria with online teaching is participation. Like some kids don't pick it up as easy because it's online. It's harder to pay attention. You know, you ever watch a video and just was not interested in it?
Right.
You just it's hard to pay attention to. Like,
Pray it not be this video.
Yeah. No.
You don't like this.
Yeah. I'm making
You
like
enjoy
it.
this.
I'm make you like it. You gonna like it.
You gonna get it.
Crazy eyes.
You gonna get it.
Like this.
But yeah, it's
My
like,
podcast, punk.
so it's part like when I first started doing virtual, the kids were like, you get on there and then the kids won't even turn on their cameras and you got like a whole screen of like blank screens. I'm talking to myself and it's weird and it's awkward. But like once you learn how to like, you know, be an entertaining person on a camera or learn how to interact with your kids. Like a lot of people just talk to them. Like if I take the idea of teaching online as like as I'm FaceTiming a bunch of kids at the same time.
So you feel it's more like a band-aid.
It's like it's not like I wouldn't say this would be something that you can continue with after COVID because like maybe if homeschooling would that make homeschooling a lot easier.
But that's still in person.
Yeah. Huh?
That's still in person.
Yeah, I mean,
So what?
I think this is my idea because I got a 4-year-old son. Okay, I got a 4-year-old son. I'm thinking I want to homeschool because it's a lot going on. It's a lot going on in the school, in the world, in the schools, everything. I want to do like part school, part homeschool because you know, like I feel that I could teach. And I feel like whatever he needs to know, I'll teach him that. But I would like to have him interact with teachers as well as being homeschooled. So if there could be like some type of like integration where it's like, hey, if you want to homeschool, you can call in or whatever. Like virtual reality is getting really big. And so like, I think that's the future of schooling, to be honest, in my opinion.
Metaverse is coming up.
We
did talk about that as well.
It's taking everything. Invest in Facebook.
Meta.
Meta.
That
Invest in
Meta. Nah,
Yeah.
you talk about Meta.
Yeah.
Let's be sure we're not licensed or endorsed by Meta.
Unless you want to.
We'd like to, sure, of course.
But
So where do you feel that you being a teacher, where do you feel that the parents are dropping the ball at, that are letting the teachers pick up all the extra slack?
I think that what I saw in my couple years that when I'm in school now, but during the all online teaching, you could tell what students' parents were there. You know what I'm saying? Like, or like are present and are interested in their kids' education, you know, because like the kid will be sitting there with the mom and dad, like, hey, do your homework, pay attention, you know what I'm saying? Or the ones who are not, you know, they're just sitting there.
Blowing back, right? They were just blowing back.
You know, like it's been all right. I had one time it was a kid, man. He had like shirtless. He watching TV. I'm like, bro, I don't want to tell you to turn your camera off, but turn your camera off. I ain't being all trying to see all that. You know
we're just gonna pass.
You're not trying to hear all that.
Yeah, I ain't trying to do all that. Like, stop. Put your clothes on, boy. But it's just, you know, the parents that aren't there. You know what I'm saying? Because I feel that with COVID and everything that happened with like the online teaching, like it kind of shed a light onto everybody. It's like you gotta spend time with your kid now. You know what I'm saying? You gotta spend time showing your kid the things that he needs to know, be in school. And then me having my own son, I think about, okay, well, I need you to know how to read and write and certain concepts about life, and like I can't fully rely on the school and the teachers to do that. And like I feel that like I learned that most parents and most adults fully rely on the school for everything and teaching their kids. I'm like, look, no, dude, you gotta teach your kids too. It's a partnership.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
I'm probably guilty a little bit of that.
No, we all are. Because you don't realize it because it's just something that we've been doing for so long. You know what
right? We grew up that way.
Exactly.
You know, parents went to work and we went to school, and when they came home, as long as you got fed, it didn't really say much.
That's it. Might help your homework, maybe. Maybe help you.
Yeah,
with your
I'm trying to change that. I see where you're coming from on that. No, I definitely try to get my kids into a lot of stuff, and NFTs.
You're doing a good job.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
He's a good dad.
I appreciate that. Thank you. But so one last thing, talking about CPS in the city. You love Chicago, obviously.
Right. Yeah.
How do you think the mayor is handling things right now?
Okay, I'm not very savvy and politically, but from what I see as a CPS teacher, or as a teacher in general, because I teach in schools outside of CPS as well. So what I noticed though is that there's no uniformity. It's just like everybody's kind of doing their own thing, and it's like, you know, there's no set thing in place. Like one school is doing one thing, and like we're online here, and then one school closes down for 2 days, and then one school is shutting down for months, and this school is just opening back up. And it's crazy because for me at least, because I teach at 3 different schools around the city, so like every single school has their own thing, and every single school has their own schedules and protocols that are all in place or whatever, but like they're all different. Everything is completely different, and I'm just like, okay, what do you want to do? Like at one school you have to wear a certain type of mask. At one school, like you have to, like when you come in, you have, what's the
N95?
You have to have N95.
N95, you can't.
You have
Vader can't come in the Vader costume.
Yes, like you can't come in there without it. No. Gotta have that N95. And I was like, dang, that's
all right.
They asked me to buy something. I was like, what?
Well, thank you. Thanks for the insight on that. I appreciate that. So let's move on to our next segment here. So let's talk about Royal Skate.
Yeah.
Oh, that's the bread and butter for you. I know that much.
That's my favorite thing
you
to do.
Obviously I'm an avid fan.
Yeah.
Myself.
Appreciate you and the support.
This is self-bought by me.
Yeah,
this is not given to me away. This is not a free giveaway.
I came all the way over here and gave it to him.
I got the receipts to prove it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
He bought it. I
Money Bear over here test it. You got receipts? You paid for that.
So, you want the story? It's a long story.
How did you get started?
How did you start it out? Give us the quick story.
Quick story. All right, quick story. I started a company when I was 20 years old. It was called Pop Swag Skateboards. It was just like a custom skateboard company. I was like painting skateboards and selling them to like all my homies, and then eventually I got partners, and then eventually I got into like every skate shop in the city. So like my boards are in every skate shop in the city, and because of that, I learned how their stores work and like how they did business, how they kind of made their money. And so around the end of my company, my first company, me and my partners weren't seeing eye to eye. We're like, we're just gonna liquidate and then break apart, do our own things. So during this liquidation process, we're at one of the skate shops that we were gonna work with, but when we got to the skate shop, we were like, yo, this place sucks. This place sucks. There's no way.
At least you had the foresight for that.
Like,
right?
no, we're not leaving our product here. Like it was just like the place was dirty. It wasn't kept up, and we were like, me and my partner were like, man, we could run a better spot than that. We could definitely run a better spot than that. And they were like, what are we gonna call it?
The entrepreneurship kicked in. Yeah, I like it.
Like right then and there, it's like, yo, we're driving away, and I just remember us sitting there talking about it. We're like, what would we call it? We call it Royale. I was like, no, that sucks.
Wait, so it sucked. How did that become the namesake?
Well, Royale with the E, like a double Royale with cheese. No,
without the Samuel Jackson.
You're gonna cut the E out of that and just call it Royal.
Samuel Jackson.
Right. So we came up with the name Royal. What happened was, though, this is the part that we don't talk about. What happened was, so me and my partner at the time, we were breaking up our company and we were going separate ways, and we were talking about this idea of Royal and owning your own shop. And then I had already started working on a different brand called Proven. I didn't continue with Proven, but he took the idea of Royal and made a website, and it was royalskateshop.com. I was pretty pissed about that because we came up with the idea together, mind you. But when like a few months later, like he came to me, he was like, "Hey, I got this spot. I'm planning on opening up a spot. Be my partner." I was like, "Man, I probably shouldn't be your partner. We just had problems like working together." But the opportunity was there. I was really young, and the landlord he gave us like 3 months free. He gave like the rent was $1,200. We talked him to $900. It was just too good to be true. So I was like, bro, just pull the trigger. And then we just opened up. We opened up in March of 2013. Excuse me. We opened up in March of 2013. It was the first day was awesome. It was everybody showed up, everybody's hyped on it. It was like we made a good little chunk of change that day, but then it was like dead.
In the Chicagoland area?
It was in Lansing, Illinois. It's downtown Lansing. It's like a little
strip.
Yeah, like a little strip on in the burbs.
But, yeah. Besides, so the shop had its ups and downs. Every store does, right?
Yeah.
But then you guys kind of like started going to like creating concerts. How did that come about?
Okay. So we're like, it's dead. Like so imagine we opened in March. And March is still kind of cold outside. Nobody's skating. People just came to shop with us because like, oh, it's a new skate shop. Whoa, you know what I'm saying? Then and everybody bought the stuff that they would need when they started skating. So for like 2 months, we didn't get nothing. Like dead. Like and I'm sitting here, I'm already broke because I put all my money into Royal, and I was like, I didn't have a job no more because I'm working here. So like we're just sitting here broke, and we're like, how are we gonna do this, right? So we're like, let's throw parties. So we're throwing parties, and we're charging $5 a head for these parties. And at first it was just the homies, and like people would come through, and we make it like $50 and be happy about it. And then it grew and it grew and it grew and it grew, and eventually bands start coming to us like, hey, we want to throw can we play here and invite our friends? And I was like, yes, I've been waiting for this to happen. I want somebody else to handle it, and they just pay me. So the first band came through. It was this really shy kid came up to me, almost like looked like he was gonna pee himself while he was talking to me about it. And like he's like, can I play here? I really like to play here, and I'm just like super excited, like, yes, bro, bring everybody. And he did his first show, and then it just took off from there. Yeah, like people were like, oh, this is the spot that we could play in. It's a DIY. We could just do whatever we want. And then in turn, it eventually got more popular for doing shows and events and concerts than, you know, actually running an apparel store. And then, like, I don't know, it just kind of, that's how we got our name. Yeah.
Yeah. That's awesome.
You know?
Well, it's good to see how, like, you turned one fall into something better. And then you were like, hey, we can go off that, right? And who knows, you know, unfortunately, you know, things are the way they are, but sounds like there's going to be a revival soon.
Oh yeah. So we closed down during COVID. Like when it first hit, I got scared. I ain't gonna lie. I got scared. I was like, oh shit. You know, and then like COVID happened like the first download happened in like March, right? Like, so that's coming right off of our winter season. So like winter for a skate shop it's a dead season, so you don't make a lot of money. And then I'm like, okay, now there's this crazy pandemic thing that we locked down, and I'm like, bro, we can't sustain. You know, after all of this, you know, that was gonna be our money for the year. You know, right. So I shut down and just went 100% online for the last 2 years, and we are officially. Well, the plan is to open back up April 1st, 2022 in Chicago. Like, I know everybody's upset because we're leaving Lansing.
2020, 22.
22.
That's what I said.
That's
You're
right.
like 20
we should track 2 years to the way it happened because of the COVID. 2 years. Minus 2 years.
22. So in 2022, we're going to be opened in downtown Chicago, either downtown Chicago or Pilsen. That's like
everybody. Spring break, hit a spot up.
Come
yes,
through.
Sir.
Spring break. Sir.
And once you open up, you know we're gonna do the podcast there.
Let's go. We can do it the day of.
If we get invited,
be there.
The grand
I'm telling you right now, be there. Be there. I don't know the address yet.
But we're gonna love it. We're gonna do
April 1st. Watch, April 1st. Mark my words. It's gonna be. We're doing it.
I love it.
So
that is fantastic.
What would you do different this time when you go in business or with your overhead and stuff like that?
Yeah,
that you did
give
before?
us a little bit of like what you wish you had done before.
Okay. Well, no, but because of the pandemic now has changed. I mean, he ran a business and it was running, but like now that we hit COVID and a shutdown, what tricks or experience or advice would you give?
What I learned, my first 6 years running a business, I did not know how to run a business. I didn't know what I was doing. It was just kind of happening. It was doing its thing, and we're like the money's coming in and it's disappearing. It's like what happened? You know. And then around my 7th year, I got really frustrated and I was pissed. I was like, why is it that we're popular now and like we got all this foot traffic, we're doing these shows every day, and I'm still broke at the end of the month? Like, doesn't make sense. It's because I didn't know how to count. So first
so you get a CPA, right?
Yes, you get
AKA get an accountant.
Get an accountant, right. Or at least pay attention to your funds. Like, I think the one thing the one thing that I learned
pay that fee
was to plan everything. Like, plan everything. I plan how much money I'm gonna make. I plan how much money I'm gonna spend. I plan how much I'm gonna pay I plan everything, and and the numbers are super important. Like, that's something that as a young entrepreneur, I noticed that even the ones that I know, they don't think about. It's like, yo, you really gotta know how finances work. Like, if you don't understand finances, you ain't gonna have it. You know. And so what I would do differently with Royal. With COVID and with everything that I learned is first, just like I didn't write a business plan until I was 7 years in. So like now I'm like, okay, this is my business plan for 1 year. This is a business plan for 5 years. It's 10 years. So that shit really matters. It really, really matters. If you're an entrepreneur, make your business plan, write it down.
Jot down notes. The man's telling you real life.
Everything. Write everything down. Write it all down. Write down like what you think it's gonna be. Write down what could go wrong. Write out how would it be if it goes right. You know what I'm saying? So you be prepared, and then everything is ingrained. And there's something about writing stuff down. When you write it down, it really exists.
I think you get more ideas once you brainstorm.
Yeah, and like I don't like legit. I remember better if I write it down. I could type it. I could, put in my notes. I'll forget right away. I could text somebody, forget it right away.
Pen and paper here.
Pen and paper. Do it the old school
Never
way.
fails.
The caveman. You will remember this shit because you wrote it.
Microsoft PowerPoint. You know that.
Write it. Write it down. Get a book. Write it down, because it really exists when you write it down, because you have to put physical effort into making it happen, and then it exists in real life. That's the way I look at it. That's like my version of manifestation. But with the way I want to run my business this year, because of like COVID and everything, I want a smaller space, and I want to focus more about like being quick. I want to be like the McDonald's of like running a skate shop. You know what I'm saying? They get here.
You learned.
You learned. Real
in and
snap,
out.
in and out.
You didn't need the huge amount of space. Well, you had the concerts at that
right.
time.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? It's different
but
now.
now you know how to section off your business a little better, and I think that's awesome. So definitely we're gonna be there for that. We don't want to be there for that grand opening.
It's gonna be
You
fun.
guys should need to be there.
It's gonna be so much fun.
Definitely.
I promise you. Once I got the address, I'll come back and then we'll talk about it.
Yeah, we'd love to have you back for part 6, 7, whatever we're at that point. I pray that we're at number 6 or 7.
Hey, look, make it come to be.
So, thank you for that. So, I would think we're going to want to get into our next segment, and that's going to be a little bit more toward the money bear on your side.
Okay.
I think we're going to talk about some
talk
boxing.
money
We
bear.
want to talk about your boxing a little bit.
Oh, yeah.
Amateur boxing.
I'll be fighting people.
And then Money Bear wants to get into it as far as how training goes and how weight loss kind of works into it. Not just weight loss, but just physical fitness. So Money Bear, what you got questions for my man?
So what got you into boxing?
I've always wanted to box. I wanted to box since I was like 11, but like it just never came around. You know what I'm saying? Like my uncle was a boxer. Okay. Like I fought a lot growing up, like in school, and I got brothers and we used to fight all the time. So like fighting is kind of like something that was just in my family. Yeah, it's there. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I've always been a fighting person. I grew up in Roseland. There's a lot of stuff going on in Roseland. Like, so there's a lot of
rough part of town.
Yeah. I mean, it definitely
Not
was.
Not gonna lie.
It's still kind of rough over there. I ain't gonna lie. It's not as rough as it used to be.
Isn't D Rose from Rose?
I think so, yeah. But it was definitely wild. I used to fight every single day going to school. I was like in 6th, 7th grade fighting every day. Yeah.
So did you train in a field house?
Not back then today. I didn't start training. I started training like 2 years ago. With breaking and breakdancing, the training is so intense that when I got to boxing training, it was like I'm used to it already. Right, you know, my body's already like conditioned. Yeah. So when I be around other people, I'm like, well, no, bro, it's the same shit. But you know, someone pushes
second nature.
Yeah, it came out really easily. But the training, I train at Born to Win Fitness. It's in Evanston. I train at the Bessemer Park Field House over in Bessemer Park, over on the south side, I think it's on South Chicago. And like both spots got really great coaches. Bessemer Park is like just, you know, a community center that everybody you can come to anytime. I'm always there. So but yeah, like the training is because of my goal with boxing, my training is really like it's kind of ridiculous. I think it's ridiculous for a regular person. For a boxer, that's just how life is.
So if you're not training to be a champion, but you're trying to stay fit.
Oh no, I'm trying to be a champion.
Well, I know you are. But I'm talking about the guy that the people out here that don't want it, but they do want to keep out. Keep your fisticuffs a little, you know, strong. You know what I'm saying? You know, sometimes you do go into the hard parts of town. You know,
hey, look, if you
have to put up the dukes a little.
Yeah.
You know, so
if you learn the technique, you good. You good, daddy. Just learn the technique and you fine. You ain't gotta do all that.
So what would you say is your specialty, or what do you like, or what's like your setup, or
as far as boxing?
Yeah, I mean, you've got any fights in the ring yet, or?
I've done a lot of sparring. I've had like one match. I have a match coming up on the 4th. And I have a match coming up. Oh, Golden Gloves is coming up, and I'm planning on winning that. So,
careful.
I'm gonna beat that ass.
All right.
Go ahead.
We want to be careful how we say that. Are you challenging?
I'll fight anybody. If you want 65, I'll fight you. No matter who you are. No matter who you are. You can be anybody. Canelo, if you go down to 165, I'll fight you.
Josh. I want him to get Joshua.
Joshua kind of big, bro. He's a big dude. That's a big dude. He like this big. He's super swole. I can't beat him. I could beat him. No, I can't beat him.
His arm is probably tall as
that dude's massive. When I see him on,
it's like getting
TV,
hit with a with the Sears Tower.
And then he's
with
just
his
like,
arm.
his physique is ridiculous. I'm like, dude, you're not supposed to look like that when you're that tall. He's like Goliath. It's crazy. But
Yeah,
it's about skill.
So
What's
you
the
got,
name?
you got a
Usyk,
fight
that
coming
ass.
up, right?
Yep. I got a fight coming up on the 4th if I pass my physical. I had a physical that I went to, and they said my heartbeat was too slow. But my heartbeat is slow because I work out so much. But they said
you have to keep it like Goku. You gotta keep it, you know, you're not Super Saiyan. You stay at normal level. You know what I'm saying?
They're like,
then when you get in the ring, you turn on the gold hair. It's like a blonde hair and be like.
They didn't.
So you're going Golden Glove, huh?
I'm going to win Golden Gloves this year, and then I turn pro next year. That's the plan.
Wow,
I'm
Me and my
rooting
team
for you.
got.
You know that.
Yeah, man.
So any dieting or training that you do,
Yes.
or what?
My diet is no fast food. Like no fast food. I can't eat fast food.
Don't blame me.
I can't eat fast. I mean, so here's how. Look, okay. If you were a boxer, don't do this. My way of dieting is not buying the fast food. If someone else buys the fast food, I'm eating that shit. I'm eating that shit.
So
But-
the nuggets appear
yeah,
out of nowhere.
Put them on the plate. I'm gonna eat them. I fight at 165. So, but I walk around 175. So, right now I'm 165. It takes me like a month to get to 165. It's a lot.
I bet that's probably intense.
It's pretty hard. Like it's hard for me because my natural weight is 175. Like I'm eating whatever I want. I'm comfortable and still working out. But like if I'm in fighting shape, I have to diet and work out every day. And it's
Straight up lean.
straight lean. I'm straight. I got a little maybe percentage of fat on me when I'm 165. At 160, I would be straight lean, but it's too fucking hard.
So what's
It's
a good
too
meal
hard.
you like, or what's a meal that you like
good
that you
meal?
enjoy eating at
Man.
that
Yeah, give us
165?
some,
You know,
Yeah.
dieting tips.
what's that
Dieting?
meal you like?
What's your diet tips?
I try to eat for breakfast. I try to eat like oatmeal and fruit. I skip lunch usually, and chicken. Ton of chicken. I eat a lot of chicken.
Protein.
That'd be my protein. I try to stay away from red meats.
Fried
I don't eat
chicken?
pork. I'll eat fried chicken. I will eat it if it's there. If it's there, I'm eating it. I'm
If
looking
you
at
put
it.
the
but he
bucket down,
understand that he's
it's
not
not-
making
But
it. He's not making it.
If I'm at weight, if I'm not at weight, I won't eat it. If I'm not at weight, I won't. If I'm at weight, I'm eating that shit.
I can take the extra calories. It's gonna be a couple more on the.
That's it. I'm gonna have to
Yeah,
do
the bag,
like
right?
30
It's gonna
more
be a couple
jumping
more in the
jacks. You'll be
You're gonna have to go a little faster today.
But like, if I'm not at weight, I don't eat nothing. It's crazy. Like, I be hungry. I be hungry and irritable. But like, and the training is intense. Like with breakdance training, it's fun. You know what I'm saying? I'm just breakdancing. With boxing training, it's uncomfortable. It hurts a lot. You gotta wake up early. You gotta do a lot. It's kind of like, it's intense. It's pretty intense. But you get used to it. You get used to it. It's like I run.
so.
I wake up at like 6. I go run 2 miles. Then I'll train again at 12. And then depending on the day, either I train again at 3 or at 6 o'clock. And then every day during a training camp. So like a training camp's like 4 weeks. During a training camp, that's every day. I've been slacking on this training camp though. I got a fight coming up.
It's
like 2
okay.
weeks.
Golden Glove right here. Golden Glove. That's the secret. right there.
But look, check it out. Me slacking is just not doing every day. I still work out every day, but I don't train 3 times a day every day. I haven't been training 3 times a day every day this training camp because I've been pretty busy, but I'm still ready. I'm ready.
And you're doing everything else,
Hey,
huh?
I'm ready.
There's some big shoes to fill.
Yeah, man, dude. Shit, I don't want to.
You really
want
want to get there, brother.
Look, I just
But
don't want to get
you.
knocked
I
out.
believe in you.
If I go my whole career just not getting knocked out, I'll be happy.
I
didn't
think
get knocked out.
that just lost by points. Why not?
I've counted how many lights are in the ceiling before.
Man.
And turned around and looked for my mama.
Bro,
And she was there.
And
she
she
was
been like,
there.
She was there.
She was
yeah.
there.
She was there.
She was there.
She was there. She was
I'd be
there.
so scared.
I was like, oh, damn.
Get up, bro. Get up.
So,
But it happens. It happens. It's something that happens.
It happens.
And boxers, the whole point is for them to knock you out. The whole point is knock boom off your head. Like, but
Actually wouldn't exist without that, right?
terrible.
I think they introduced the point system just so there would be dead bodies
Right.
all over the place.
If he dies, he dies.
Exactly. He's not dead yet. Fight continues.
But if you are interested in boxing, you don't have to train like that. I think once a day is good. If you train once a day in anything, you'll be at a decent enough level to just be comfortable. But like if you want to like compete, it's like 2 to 3 times.
That's
a day.
more intense.
Yeah,
obviously.
you gotta get in
You're
there.
you're working towards something.
Yeah, like
just like anything else, right?
You ever seen somebody get in a ring and not been training? It looks
Yeah,
terrible.
that's happened to me before.
Oh,
Yeah.
That's
Don't
how,
do
that's
that.
how you
Let's say I lost by points. Let's just say I lost by points. My first time in the ring, and I guess I'll throw a quick story in there.
Go ahead.
This is back in my boot camp days, and usually when you're done with boot camp, they send you to your school. So it depends on your job, right? Infantry, whatever. I was in signal school. Signal school was running their usual PT tournaments, and they're like, "Oh, we have a boxing thing going on." So I actually got to train for about a month, which is kind of interesting. And so I can relate. That stuff is pretty interesting. So I thought I was big man. I was like, I got it. I got the broad shoulders. I may not have all the length, but I got the hip. But you know, I got into the ring with somebody that's a little more seasoned. You know, and his first spar, and that taught me a real quick lesson about reach.
It hit him like punch out. It hit him like
Yeah.
punch out.
Yeah, that was
3 minutes feel like forever.
You know, I was glad that I even got like maybe about 5 to 6 punches in, maybe in his rib, and maybe one on the cheek. But he pelted me about 5 times more than that. That reach that guy had. I don't remember his name, but man, that guy had some reach. But you learn a quick lessons of respect the ring real quick.
Man, my brother, I've been fighting my whole life, not boxing, but fighting my whole life. But like my brother is like he's been fighting in the streets a lot more than me. So imagine like I got into boxing and I'm talking about boxing, like yeah, this boxing and stuff like. He's just like my brother's reach is like maybe 3 inches longer than mine. So when I box my brother, it's like we both throw a jab and I'm just like ow, boom, like okay,
Wait a minute. You gonna have to come closer. I need a chance too.
The reach is
It's brutal.
It's brutal. If you don't know how to deal with somebody with reach, it's rough.
That
I got
dip
lucky.
and dodge. You gotta get the dip dodge.
Yeah.
Get in. Because if you don't get in, you going to get knocked out.
I got lucky that my brother is like my main sparring partner because like I had to learn how to get punched in the face and move. Move out of the way. Like
My nose ain't been right since.
Man, it's crazy.
Ain't been right since. Sometimes I say that.
I think I'm relatively handsome. I'm gonna stay this way.
Let's hope you stay there.
Yeah, I want to stay here. I want to, stay pretty boy.
Humpty Dance. He gonna come back with, hey, I don't have a no. I got.
What's the actor that had the broken nose? The white guy.
Owen Wilson?
Owen
Wilson.
Wilson. Man, I don't want the.
No
Owen
offense,
Wilson.
Owen. We love you. I love your acting,
bro.
brother.
Your nose is
if
fucked
you see
up.
this, I highly doubt you will.
Just click like and subscribe. That's all that matters.
Thank you, Owen.
I'm a fan of Owen Wilson. I'm just saying he was the first person I saw with the broken nose. It just was like, oh, I'm just gonna do like life like this.
Man can't act.
Hey, he can
He's
act,
eating.
bro. He's good.
He's eating.
He's good. Made a broken nose look good.
Well, thanks again, man.
Hey,
Yeah,
for
thank
sure,
you.
man.
Oh, for sure. This is
The guy does a lot.
I do things.
Father,
I do.
mentor,
Businessman.
businessman,
I do stuff.
and get ready to hit his on all platforms.
All platforms.
All platforms.
Keemosupremo. Keemo Supremo. At everything. At Keemosupremo. Keemosupremo. I don't have a .com. RoyalSNA.com is my website. If you would like to check out my gear,
Please. Yes,
bow,
please.
check out my gear.
Royal
Yeah,
SNA.
yeah.
Royal SNA.
Check
I got
us
it
out.
for you.
They got great apparel, great gear. Look, I wear this
Like,
most of the time for the winter. 'Cause
it's
look, this is
comfortable.
premium, dude. This
Look
got
at
like
it.
It got wool
It'd
on
be
the
hot.
inside. Dude, I'm sweating on this.
Like-
You know that, but I love wearing it.
That's good quality right there. If you didn't
it's a
see that in
nice
slow
hat,
motion,
yeah.
that's good quality hat right
That's
there.
good quality hat. This
Yeah.
is, I
It's
swear,
Sherpa
I've been
inline.
wearing this
Yeah, see?
since that negative 40 joint that hit us. This thing kept it down.
You'll be okay.
almost
You
as
could be
good
as
as a Carhartt.
You could be as bald as me and wreck that hat. You'd be like, I'm fine.
I love my Royal Scully, man.
Thank you.
It's
Thank you so
fantastic.
much.
I'm telling you. What did you
It's
even
over
put?
there.
Oh,
It's
give me
over
that. Give me that. Give me that. The sweater. Dude.
We got matching hoodies.
That's right.
The gray one.
The gray one.
The gray one.
Yeah.
We don't want to show that.
We ain't
one.
talking about
Look,
them.
right
It
here.
ain't about them today. See that?
So-
Matching.
So
matching,
matching.
bro.
matching right here. Look at this.
Look at that. Look at that. You good.
Look,
Check out my
you match
website.
it
So
out.
support.
Support, please.
Support, man.
You know, get yourself some more. You know, skate on. You know, hey, yo.
Skateboard.
I see.
Go roll your fingers underneath the board. I don't know how did I
Hey.
always do that?
Huh?
How did I roll my fingers over the board when I was skateboarding like this, you know, on one knee, and my fingers were holding the board. And,
You know, I've done that before. So my mom got me into skateboarding. Well, more or less, she got me into skateboarding. She got me a skateboard when she was real little, like one of them old school 70s skateboards. You know, you sit on it, you put your knees on, and you go.
Yeah.
But it was little. The thing is tiny. It was little,
Oh,
and
yeah,
the wheels were
yeah.
really big. So I did the same exact fucking thing. So I got my hands on the thing, and then we're going, and then next thing you know, I just feel like shooting pain in my hand, and then in my face because I fell.
I had that $10 board from Kmart.
I had a Ninja Turtles skateboard.
Man,
I couldn't go as far as everybody else. I was wondering. I said, "Man, that guy just pedaled once and went down the block. I'm over here. I'm on the first square of the cement block."
Just
There's
slow
a
down.
difference. Okay, there is a difference. Very clear. Do not buy Walmart boards. Come to my shop.
There you
It's
go.
a clear difference.
Quality board.
Very different.
Yes.
It's very different.
So
Skate and Apparel.com.
Plug,
forget that Door Explorer.
Just don't. It's not
Don't
worth
do
it.
it.
I'll paint it for you.
All
All right,
right,
well,
guys.
thanks.
Hey
I
man.
think we've reached the end
All
here,
right.
but thank you very, very much, Keemo, for coming with us.
Thank you.
In this journey, and you know,
Yeah, thank you for the support.
Hey man,
Yeah.
thank you for
the
having
love.
me. Thank you for.
This guy didn't even look at our stuff. He
Man,
just heard, "Hey,"
I was like, oh, this is my boys. Yeah, let's do it.
and we ran with it.
Yeah.
So here we are,
I
and
appreciate you asking me. You know.
Yeah.
we'll see him in the
Any,
summertime. We'll see him in spring or summertime.
Yes, sir.
that's right. So,
pick-
any
like-
last minute plugs?
Okay, so if y'all didn't know already, Keemosupremo on all your social medias, Royal SNA on all your social medias. You can find my website is www.royalsna.com. I teach in CPS, I teach boxing, I teach breakdancing, I teach skateboarding, I teach art. If you need me for anything, hit me up.
There you
That's
go.
what's up. He's a man of many
Thank you.
hats.
Thank you so much. We appreciate you and everything.
Thank you very much.
Thank
and
you.
don't forget to like, follow, subscribe for the
Just like
Chi-Town
and
Pop
love.
Up
Just like and love.
podcast.
And hit the
Alright.
bell
All love.
notification. The bell notification so you'll be reminded every time they post.
Because then now you're going to hear him ding, ding.
Right.
In the ring. In the ring.
In the ring, and the ring, ring that
Hey,
bell.
you see that combo? And Joshua going to get knocked out, boy.
He'll get it too.
Oh,
That's what
Let's
you're
not
going
go
to get.
too
That's
deep.
what you're going to get from me
We
right
might have to
there.
say that for podcast
Hey,
number
man,
7.
hey, look, if he sees it and gets upset, I'm glad.
Hey,
I'll fight you, bro, if you want to fight.
there you go. Hey, there you go. Come over here. I wouldn't even send him overseas, bro, if we have to.
Golden Boy
I'll
Productions.
slide.
Where you
I will
at?
come through.
Chi-Town Poppy Podcast.
Shot Poppy podcast.
Podcast. That's
Don't
right.
forget it.
Yeah.
Well, thank you everybody for joining us. Like, follow, subscribe. Chi-Town Poppy Podcast. We love
Say
you.
that again.
Chi-Town
Poppy
Poppy
Podcast.
Podcast.
Hit the like and subscribe.
All right, everybody. You have a great day. Take care.